I observed for as long as I could. Their leaders have been assassinated. Communities flooded with drugs and weapons. They are overly policed and incarcerated. All over the planet, our people suffer because they don't have the tools to fight back. With vibranium weapons, they could overthrow every country and Wakanda could rule them all the right way.
You know where I'm from. When black folks started revolutions, they never had the firepower or the resources to fight their oppressors. Where was Wakanda? You know, that ends today.
Shalom, Yashar'El, giving a shout out to all the brews scattered to the four corners and giving all praises and glory and honor to the great I Am. You know, in the past, we've had many leaders that came and gone. You know, we had people like Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Chairman Fred, MLK, and many, many more in between. But you know what's interesting, though? The number one thing that these leaders had in common, and some of them even knew who they were as far as their heritage. But the things they had in common was none of these leaders had an army. None of these leaders had a political system. None of these leaders had a mass financial source to bring our people out of captivity. So what does that tell you? Because as a matter of fact, our people, last time I checked, are way worse than before these leaders even came on the scene. That says volume. So what does that tell you? That tells you that only man has words. That's it. Words, nothing more. The Most High wanted to make it very clear. Listen to me, Yashar'El. The Almighty wanted to make it super clear that only He alone is going to save His people and deliver them. Not any man, not any so-called black Israelite leaders. None of that. Again, these leaders, all they had was words. They didn't have the power. They didn't have the power to disassemble nukes. They didn't have the power to overthrow armies. They didn't have the power to bring down the financial structure of this beast. They just had words and many followers. That was it. No power. None. Nada. And this prophecy was foretold thousands of years prior in Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting with verse 28. Yahuah shall smite you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Verse 29. And you shall grope at noonday as the blind gropes in darkness. And you shall not prosper in your ways. And you shall be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save you. Let me read that last part again. And no man shall save you. Marcus Garvey couldn't do it. Malcolm X couldn't do it. MLK couldn't do it. Chairman Fred could not do it. And many other leaders that rose up could not do it. That includes future leaders. It is super clear that the Almighty is going to single-handedly snatch the life out of these heathens and deliver His people. Super clear. Now, what we must understand as a people, just like the title says, Yashar'El will take to Him, but we must get back to our birthright. That was the laws, commandments, and statutes that was given only to his people. That's the key. That is the power. That's what's going to shake the nations terribly. That is what's going to bring our enemies to their knees. We must get back to the right ways. We must get back to these laws, commandments, and statutes. I don't know how or what it's going to take to make our people realize that. The Most High said in his word in Hosea chapter 3 and verse 4, "For the children of Yashar'El shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim." Now, if you look at our people today, we are just scattered in the wind. Now, sure, a lot of our people are waking up. Some of our people are actually coming back to the commandments. That's all good. But you got to realize that the Most High is the one that's putting the pieces all together. So all these things that you're seeing that's happening with our people, these things were prophesied. They are supposed to happen. So what do I mean by that? Yes, wickedness will increase within our people, but that was foretold that would happen. See, all these things have to happen, Yashar'El. See, we cannot get to the end. We cannot get to the end until these things are fulfilled in order to put us in the right frame of mind. So everything that you're going through, you're supposed to be going through that. Whatever trials and tribulations that you're going through, you're supposed to be going through that. It is the whole process that the Most High has designed for his people. And guess what? All the fighting that's going on in the East, y'all know that's because of the true Israelites scattered to the four corners. And I see it. It's like the Most High is going to use Islam to destroy Christianity. So you ain't got to worry about our people continuing being stuck in this Christianity, because the Most High is going to use other sources to destroy that. And then the Most High is going to turn around and destroy Islam. I mean, you see how this masterpiece that the Most High is putting together, it's going to come together so smoothly. And once the Most High purges all this wickedness of all these religions, guess what? The true Israelites that are scattered, the Negroes scattered to the four corners, are going to be ready to toe the line. That's right. The Most High is cleaning this mess of all this filth so that true Israel can toe the line. Let me show you the raw power of the Almighty, which will mark the beginning of us, his true people, towing the line. Ezekiel chapter 20 and starting with verse 34. "And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out." Those imposters over there in the East are not it. Who they think they fooling? This hasn't happened yet. Verse 35, "And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face." Verse 36, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Mitzrayim, so I will plead with you, says Adonai Yahuah. "And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant." Now get this. Verse 38, "And I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me, and I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Yashar'El, and ye shall know that I am Yahuah." So in other words, there's a power that's so great, it's a power that's greater than any man and any leader on this earth, that's going to deliver his true people that are scattered to the four corners, the Negroes. That's right. So those people over there in the East, you can get that out your mind. That ain't it. That ain't it. It ain't even close, because this prophecy has not been fulfilled. Don't get it twisted, Yashar'El. But there has to be a process of elimination. and cleansing in order for our people to be purified, just like it says in the scriptures. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahuah, Yahuah. And while he is taking his people, his chosen people, through the fire, he is also starting to cleanse these other nations. Now, I used to think, if the Most High really wanted to take these nations out, he can just do it at the snap of his finger. But you know something, what's awesome about the Almighty? He is long suffering towards his people. It's very long suffering towards his people. And it took me a long time to realize this, because in my mind, the Most High is all powerful. He can overthrow this stuff within seconds. Not even that. Just a thought of it, he can turn it all over. And I realized that these things must take place in order to preserve Yashar'El, his seed. So don't look at the length of this thing and don't be weary as to how far and just how long this thing may take. Don't worry about that. Your mission is to get back to these laws, commandments, and statutes. Work out your salvation with fear and trembling, because you don't know when your time clock is going to end. Let the Most High do his work. We already see that the other nations are starting to crumble within, especially America. We are seeing so much that is happening, that is going on, and they're throwing out all these distractions to keep our people distracted. That's the whole purpose. So everything that's done in darkness is slowly coming to the light. But know, Yashar'El, that you are his chosen people, the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. Psalms 147 and verse 19. He shows his word unto Yashar'El, his statutes and his judgments unto Yashar'El. Verse 20. He has not dealt so with any nation, and as far for his judgments, they have not known them. He only gave the law, commandments, and statutes to his own people. He did not give them to the other nations. And these other nations, they are about to find out real quick. The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Yashar'El, and that I am Yahuah, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1 and 2. Hear this word that Yahuah has spoken against you, O children of Yashar'El, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Mizraim, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. I wanted to save that one because this is why we are the chosen people of the Almighty. The Most High, just like a child, will chastise his children and punish us. And this is why we're going through the things that we are going through. And this is why we must turn our lives around and get back to these laws, commandments, and statutes. The covenant was only given to Israel. There is no one out there that can show me in the scriptures where the covenant, the promise, the covenant was given to any other nation. It was given to Judah and Israel, which is the northern and southern kingdom. No other nation was given the covenant. And you got these serpent demon seeds that try to come along and change everything and try to tell you and everyone else and all the rest of the world that God loves everybody. That's what they teach. that is what they teach in their seminaries. And this word does not even belong to them. So they got it twisted. There's only 12 gates. There's only one covenant, and it was given to the children of Yashar'El, the Negroes scattered to the four corners. People can say what they want to say. They can make up all kinds of lies, but those lies are getting ready to crumble down like a ton of bricks. And the whole earth is going to know who the true scattered Negro Israelites are. Case closed. Can't make this up, Yashar'El. Everything that has been hidden will come to the light, and no one will be without excuse. Even the imposters that tried to keep this a secret, everything is crumbling right before our very eyes. Just give it time. Let it work like Novocaine, and you're going to see what happens, Yashar'El. So stay strong. And with that being said, I leave you with Revelation 14:12. Shalom, and stay strong.